I've always wanted to be an inventor, mainly because I think it would look great on a business card. Just inventor. Thomas Edison, a pretty good inventor, said that it was 99% perspiration. I'm pretty out of shape. I sweat after a flight of stairs, so I think I got that part covered, but the 1% inspiration's a little trickier. Leonardo da Vinci, now that dude had ideas. Like he had the idea for the helical air screw, which thankfully we now call the helicopter. He thought of the hand glider and the tank and tons of other stuff, but I know what you're saying. Da Vinci was pretty good at drawing. You probably have to be pretty good at drawing to invent things. Maybe you used to have to be good. All the old patents had amazing drawings, but over time they just turned to crap. And yes, that is a reusable bib. Here's the drawing that I'm going to submit for my invention. It's a device that turns off your cell phone every time you open up your liquor cabinet. I call it the buzzkill. But most of the time when I have an idea and I search for it, somebody's already thought of it. Like the glove compartment refrigerator, already invented. Same with the automatic ping pong ball washer. How about a transparent toaster so you can see when your toast is done? There's like 5 of them. Octopus tentacle toilet plunger. You gotta be kidding me. I could always look in old science fiction books and see what hasn't been invented yet. Jules Verne, for example, wrote about tons of stuff that got invented later on, like dirigibles and electric submarines and a capsule shot to the moon. I mean, technically those ideas are just putting people into tubes and then imagining the tubes in different places, but you know what else he thought of? A sail that's pushed by light, which now exists, amazing. But it's one thing to imagine going to the moon and another thing entirely to actually do it. The people at NASA had to invent thousands of things to make that happen, a lot of which you've probably used, like insoles for your sneakers or charcoal water filters or cordless tools, because it turns out there aren't that many outlets on the moon. And I think those kind of inventions are my favorite.
Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. Tonight's topic is Filipino Inventors. And joining us still is Dennis Alvarez. He's the president of IC Green Global Technology. And joining him is Mr. Borromeo Modanza. And he's the chairman of this fascinating group called the Philippine Inventor Society. Welcome back, Mr. Alvarez. And of course, Mr. Modanza, welcome to Philippines Uncut.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Buddy.
much, sir. And it's a pleasure to have you here, po.
Correction, he's the chairman of the Filipino Inventors Society.
Oh, yes, and you're the president.
I am the president.
President of the Philippine Inventors Society, yes. But it's a pleasure to have you here, po.
Thank
Because, we just had a very nice conversation in the first segment about his wonderful invention that's helping motorists like me reduce our emissions and make our engines more efficient. No?
And that would not only help the motorists, it would also help the farmers out there in the rural areas.
Of course, sabi nga ni
Coconut farmers.
Mr. Alvarez, inclusive growth. No? We being one of the major coconut producers in the world. And so this product will really be a win-win for many people.
Of course.
And Mr. Modanza, on your part, let's talk about you. Tell us a bit about yourself and your background.
Well, I was born to be creative, so to speak. So this is God-given. When I was a boy, I was on top of the situation, in terms of coming out with toys, and several others. In agriculture, in carpentry, and many activities in the rural areas.
Yes. But what is your background? I mean, what is your educational background, your professional background?
I took up my associate in arts, then Bachelor of Theology, Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts, and then some units, postgraduate units, sa Philippine Christian University.
Yes.
Just
now,
like that.
I'm sure, Mr. Alvarez, I'm sure that a lot of viewers have been following us now for the first segment, now tuning in for the second segment, are asking the same thing that I'm asking, that I will be asking now. You're a CPA.
Yeah.
Mr. Modanza is a theology graduate.
Yeah.
I mean,
A farmer.
A farmer and theology graduate. And the stereotype is, for one to be an inventor, you have to be someone who is a graduate of sciences like physics, chemistry, that kind of thing, biotechnology, these science-oriented courses. Now, you two gentlemen are obviously not in that trap, no? But yet, you guys are heading. You're the chairman of the Philippine Inventors Society, and Mr. Modanza is the president.
Yes.
So, we're breaking a stereotype here. People thinking that you don't need to be you don't need to be a scientist or from the sciences to be an inventor. What do you have to say about that?
Well, we all know it, that inventions, and the mother of all inventions is a necessity. And that's basically from there, an inventor has to be creative. Just an ordinary thing could make it sensation, so as long as it would pose as a solution. So there's a problem, and what we're looking at is a solution. If it fits into that, then we have the thing that we're looking at.
And di ba, Mr. Modanza, sometimes the best solutions are those in front of you. It's just a matter of looking at it in a different way. You know? Kayo po, Mr. Modanza, what got you involved in this? I mean, as you mentioned earlier, you were very creative, even as a child, a young person. But what got you involved in the Philippine Inventors Society?
Oh, this is organizational.
Yes.
Personally, let's get back to Thomas Edison.
Yes. Whom we saw a picture of earlier.
That genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And that means mag-chuchu makeup ka. Diba? And Albert Einstein said that imagination is more important than knowledge.
Very nice.
You don't have to go to college.
Yes.
As long as you are an imaginative guy, creative for that matter, you can create anything under the sun. No? Masipag ka, imaginative pa, inventor ka.
Wow. And then just talking about Thomas Edison, I don't know how many hundreds of patents he has.
He had
no?
3,000 patents.
3,000.
3,000 patents.
Oh, wow. Of course, most famous for the light bulb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the light bulb.
Pag-usapan naman natin ng Mr. Modanza, yung Philippine Inventors Society. Is
Yes.
this a new organization? Has it been around for a long time? What is the background of this
Well,
group
this
of
was
yours?
organized when you were not yet born. 1943, during
Wow,
World
wartime.
War II. World War II.
That's an interesting
Japanese
birthday.
occupation of the country.
Yeah, that's a very interesting start, no?
Japanese occupation of the country.
Yes.
During Japanese time, they came pitay. Any
secret
two,
police, the secret
any
police,
two or
yeah.
three. The gathers, you are under huwes de Cuchillo kung tawagin.
Yes, yes.
No, yung kempitay. You can imagine the people who organized this, nationalistic and patriotic. But first and foremost, their vision was to organize and mobilize the talents, the skills, and the intelligence of the Filipinos. Sad enough, that the new generations have not followed that suit, and that followed that through. And even our science and technology department, is not enthusiastic about inventions,
Yes.
When they spoke of this, yung NOAA, it's an important thing. When they set up at UP, yung it is just adapted, Hindi pa tapos.
Alam niyo, Mr.
Well,
Modanza,
anyway, the
there's so
Filipino
many-
Inventors
yes.
Society was organized in 1943.
Yes.
And in 1965, it lobbied in Congress, to establish a Philippine Inventors Commission. Ang napakasakit, Kuya Eddie, it was abolished by Cory in 1987.
What was the reason for abolishing the Philippine Inventors Commission?
I did not know what were the reasons. We were not consulted as the sector ng Filipino Inventors Society. That's why our legislative agenda now is to restore that.
What was the role of the Philippine Inventors Commission?
Okay, one,
Exactly.
focused.
Okay.
Focused ang assistance to the inventors. Two, professionalized. And three, is specialized. Because inventing is a specialized things.
Yes.
Now there is none.
I guess
There is
also,
none.
I guess also one of the jobs of this commission would have been to be a voice
Of course.
on the national stage in terms of governance and planning.
yeah.
Kasi at the moment, let me be honest with you, the plight of the Philippine inventors like you, Mr. Alvarez,
Yes.
and you, Mr. Modanza,
Sad.
is so. I mean, the awareness is so low.
It's a sad refrain.
And it's a shame because alam naman natin yung innovation is the key to growth.
Of course. Yeah.
Precisely. You cannot go into growth or industrializations with inventions lagging behind. So ironic, so to speak, that we, with all the inspirations that we have, is really looking forward to a better society. And yet, we need also support from the government.
Yes. Alam niyo po, in the States, and we Filipinos like to look at America as an inspiration. What makes America great, or what has made America great, is the culture of innovation,
Yes.
Yes.
creativity.
And this is the statement that America said. The greatest national resource of the United States is their inventors and their inventions.
See?
The United Nations World Intellectual Property Organization
Yes.
said overwhelmingly what makes an industrialized country. What would have been, no, without. Wala yung ating global village.
Yes,
Ano?
yes.
You can imagine.
Talking about, okay, another country that's been very successful at inventing, it's very small, is Israel.
Yes.
Yes.
Such a small country, and yet I think the number of patents they have
Yes.
in relation to their population is
Yes.
like mind-boggling. You know?
Would you believe that the budget ng napakalaki ng budget ng almost 4% of GDP or GNP, no? Ang sa atin ay 0.09, no? Singapore 2.7 of GNP, and that would constitute about 4 billion US dollars. Sa atin 290 million.
Wow, wow.
No? Where does that lead us to? Talagang wala. Saan ang matuwid na daan?
Yun ang, so that's
It's challenge to
basically-
the President to certify the bill.
Yes. Wait, okay. Talking about that bill, is ano pong estado ng bill na yun ngayon? I mean,
Okay,
is it filed?
ito'y pumasa na sa Science and Technology Committee sa House of Representatives, chaired by Congressman Victor Yu
Okay.
of the 1st District of Zamboanga. Sabi ko nga sa kanila, ipasa na yon sa other committees such as appropriation, budget, etc. Because maraming pupuntahan doon kasi may budget requirement.
Yes.
Then mayroong counterpart naman sa bill sa
Senado.
Senate.
Yes, and
meron.
then they meet in the middle, right?
yes.
For bicameral conference committee. And then,
There is a conflict
yes.
of
Then they work it
supervision.
out and then goes to the Office of President for
Yes,
signing.
that's the process.
Yes.
So we are pursuing that very, very seriously, and also we are linked with the International Federation of Inventors Associations, no. And in fact, the Filipino Inventors Society is a member of the committee, the executive committee, and also the Filipino Inventors Society initiated the constitution or the signatory to Patent Cooperation Treaty certified by Ramos when the president. And now we are trying to set up an ASPAC, Asia Patent Cooperation Treaty, similar to that of EU Patent Cooperation Treaty
Very
and
important.
South African Patent Cooperation Treaty. I told Lina about that. I told the Congress about that. The reason why we are for the establishment of Patent Cooperation Treaty because it was said by Dr. Schumacher, the UN consultant in Asia Pacific, that among the third world countries,
Yes.
the Philippines is the most inventive. That's why we have to protect that.
That's a
I
pretty
can prove that.
interesting trivia fact, huh?
I can prove that.
Encouraging.
Now, what is the advantage of Filipinos? I mean, for the Philippines to get that kind of distinction that we are a third world country, one of the most inventive peoples.
Yeah,
What do we bring to the table as a people? What do you think, Mr. Alvarez?
I guess to my end, purely that Filipinos are looking at, because after all, we are not rich country. We came from a very poor family. There is always a lot of need, and from there we're so inspired, right? If you for one is a rich
True.
man, you don't need anything. But to us, we're looking at brighter thing, dreaming of a brighter future for us.
Yes.
No.
Anything to add, Mr. Madanza?
The country is very rich. The people are pretending to be poor. No, we can be rich, you
Yes,
know.
yes,
It's
yes.
just a matter of perhaps under the program of Pinoy, yung PPP, we need that in the
Yes.
organization.
Yes.
No? To catapult the situation ng Filipino Inventors Society and the inventors in this country.
Of course. Gentlemen, we have to pause for a break. 15 minutes goes by very fast. We have one more segment to talk about this. So, guys, don't go away because more of Filipino Inventors when Philippines Uncut returns.